Hello Stoners, Cain here again with another chronic product review for Weedonline.com, and today we are checking out the Puri5 Aviator 3. Very good vape. It is a multi-purpose vape, but we're going to get to that after the close-up. Very concealed, very compact, fits good in your hands. Doesn't have anything super flashy about it to draw attention. Does the job, and the battery life is fantastic. I really like the battery life. So it comes with a little canister for concentrates, and it can do dry herbs, but we are going to delve into that a little bit more after we check out the close-up. So check that out, and we'll be right back. So just a little not sneak peek, a little close-up on the Puri5 Aviator 3. Fits in your hand very nicely. I like the flask style to it. Got the, I can't really see down there. Try and get a better close-up. Got a ceramic lined chamber there. Little LED screen. It has haptic feedback, so it does vibrate, which they do not list on the box, which I thought was weird because that is something that stands us apart from other ones, other dry herb vapes. Heats up super quick, but we'll get into that after this close-up. So in the box, you get a pair of tweezers, and you get a concentrate bucket. You can put your concentrates in here, and smoke your concentrates through the vape. Now, I've used this a couple times, and wasn't a fan of the bucket, to be honest. The amount you have to put in here is quite a bit, and it doesn't have a fire button where you're just pressing it, it's heating up, firing, and then you're letting it cool. You turn it on, and it runs its 5-minute cycle. Now I'll show you what the idea is. You put your concentrate in there. When the lid's off, you put it back on, and you can drop it inside. Now again, good concept. Sorry, it's a little dirty in there. I have been using it quite a bit. But for what it's supposed to do, I stick with the dry herb, and I'm more than impressed with the dry herb function. You also get a couple screens to replace the screens. You get a dab tool, you get a cleaning brush, and you get a charging cord that is plugged into the wall in my room. Get a little manual. Very basic manual, but tells you exactly what you need to do. And very simple function. So let's actually dive into using it, and I'll show you the clouds that this thing can make. Okay, so as you can see, it's a really nice compact unit, seeing the close-up. The amount of vapor for dry herb, fantastic. Really impressed. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the concentrate container. I don't do concentrates a lot. I do concentrates once in a while. I enjoy concentrates, but I am a dry herb smoker and vapor. So, what I found was with the container, the amount you had to put in to get the result that I was looking for was way more than I would normally smoke. So I know there's a lot of people out there that do higher doses with the concentrates. I see them all over YouTube and other sites like ours. I don't do that. I'm not a big fan of that. The amount you got to put in there, I would use another device, to be honest. Now, if you're in a pinch, which my friend of mine was, he used that and he loved it. Now, he does larger style dabs, and he was in a pinch. He didn't have his rig with him. I had the entire box with me, and I let him try it out. It was something more up his style. You got to put a fair amount in there. The 2 times I tried it with distillate, and I tried it with shatter. I'm assuming I wasn't putting enough in there. Also, excuse me. Also, there's no steady fire button, so you're not pressing it and holding it and firing it. It's on for 5 minutes with this canister in there. With other devices I've reviewed, you're hitting a button, it's heating up specifically for that, and then you let go, and then it turns off. This wasn't the function with this, so maybe that's what it was that I didn't like as well. But let's get into the dry herb. This is at 4:30, so I just turned it on. The heat time is fantastic. It shows the heat time right on the screen while it's heating up, which you've seen in the close-up. I have it set at 430. It's at 330 already, approaching 400. Just a fantastic heat time. Now, this is a consistent heat time I found throughout the battery, so now it's fully heated up. Now, it also has the haptic feedback, which they do not have labeled on the box. So I can turn this on in my pocket, and it vibrates and tells me when it's ready. The vapor production is very good for the dry herb, and it's very consistent. You get a nice little cloud coming out, but it's consistent throughout the entire vape. It also consistently vapes the herb inside. Now, I've just recently did a review on another vape where I was getting charring, not charring, but really vaped at the bottom of the bowl, at the top of the bowl, green. Not looking for that. This is a consistent brown throughout the vaped bud, and I reuse all my vape buds, so having a more consistent vape is key for me. I don't like reactivating the bud after I vaped it. I consider the vaping process should be activated enough. Now, if you're not getting a consistent vape, stop being activated equally throughout the bowl, the chamber. Another feature it has, which I find is really good for toking outside, especially in the cold, is it has an airflow valve. So you can cut that valve down to half or a quarter if you're outside and it's super cold out, because you're not drawing all that super cold air in that's going to be flowing over the herb. And it messes around with the clouds too. You choke it down a little bit, and when I first started it was fully open. Now it's about halfway, maybe 2/3 closed. Because of the restricted airflow, it's kind of like a card cap. It builds up the cloud. It has a 5-minute on-off cycle, which a lot of these vapes do. I've seen 4 minutes, I've seen 7 minutes, most of them have 5 minutes. It auto shuts off after 5 minutes. And it does have a timer that counts down. So right now I have 61 seconds left of the 5 minutes. Another thing I want to note, and this has happened twice, should have only happened once. If your lip touches that metal piece and you're running 430, you're going to feel it. You're instantly going to feel it. You have to keep your lip on the glass part. If you venture down too far not thinking, I was playing video games, trying to vape at the same time. And when I brought it up, my lip touched that metal piece, and yikes. It happened about 5 minutes later as well, so definitely something to look out for. But excellent vape. Really like the dry herb. If I'm doing something incorrect, if somebody else is doing the concentrates, and they feel like this bucket is fantastic, let me know what I'm doing wrong, because the fact that it doesn't have a fire button, it just runs through the 5-minute cycle, I don't like that. Something like, portable dab rigs, I guess, do that too. I have 2 portable dab rigs where it just, it turns on for a set period of time. But if I'm doing something on the go, I want to be able to fire it and then let go and it cool down. If I'm doing concentrates, because the amount of concentrates costs as well. You're putting a fair bit in there and you're just running it for the 5-minute cycle. It seems a bit wasteful for me. But again, I don't do concentrates a lot. Anyways, as the dry herb, fantastic. High five, way to go. It knocked it out of the park. I'll be looking at some of their other products. I didn't really know much about Puri5 when they sent this out. But I'm going to check out their website. I'm going to put a link to their website on the in the description, because the build quality of this, top notch. I really like the build quality. They are venturing out, trying different things. I like that a lot about the companies I work with. And the most important thing is the function. And the function for the dry herb, fantastic. I want everybody to stay positive, keep your chins held high. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, come upload one of your own videos. Maybe you have an Aviator 3 and you can use the concentrate bucket top notch. If you can, upload a video. www.weedonline.com. See you guys in the next video, and you guys have a fantastic day.